Good evening and welcome to Sunset News this Sunday evening. As always, we bring you news, community stories, economic news, sports and weather, and so much more. I'm your host, Glenna Rashipura. Getting into the news tonight, Network Media Hub, in partnership with the Chinese Embassy in Namibia, donated 9 boxes of paper rims to the Omusati Education Directorate. 3 schools, namely Ombiyalondu Combined School, Shihodo Combined School, and Makuva Primary School, will each have 3 boxes of photocopying paper rims. The donation handover took place at the Omusati Education Directorate's office in Otapi. Omusati Education Director Benny Asep expresses his utmost appreciation for the donation. Let's take a look.
All right, I would like to thank our new partners in education, friends in education, in the names of Network Media Hub, in partnership with the Chinese Embassy, who has seen the importance of assisting marginalized and rural schools in the Omusati region by donating the most important materials for education development in the country. They came at the right time where schools are struggling with the budget. As we all know, schools are not receiving their budget in the beginning of the year, early as April, and they are struggling to make copies of notes and important teaching and learning material. With that, I said aluta to these 2 partners in Omusati, namely the Network Media Hub and the Chinese Embassy.
In our next story, the Medipark Save Motherhood campaign took place at the Angela District Hospital, where more than 200 pregnant mothers are expected to receive free screenings. Obstetrics and gynecologist specialist Dr. Francois CMFO Kamang narrates the purpose of the event. Kenya Kambowe was there.
Safe Motherhood campaign are events that Ungwediva Medipark Hospital organize every year with the purpose of teaching our mother on safe habit in order to go through pregnancy safely. During this event, we as the hospital screen pregnant women, and we usually pick up conditions that we address in order to minimize the risk during pregnancy. For instance, I think 3 years ago in Nana, we pick up a patient with breast cancer, which was operated free of charge in Medipark, and today I think the mom is doing well. So this is the kind of things the hospital organized to give back to the community.
Okay, tell us, what are some of the dangers, like we know screening, mothers have to go certain times during the pregnancy for screening. What are some of the dangers, like when it comes to birth? What are some of the dangers? What can happen?
Actually, we are only reminding them what they're supposed to know, because it's well known that all women should be attending, all pregnant women should be attending antenatal care. They should be going to the clinic as soon as they realize that they are expecting. When they go to the clinic, doctor will be screening them, checking the blood pressure, examining them, checking the hemoglobin. If anything that is abnormal, we address them. We also advise them that during pregnancy, it may happen that they bleed, they see blood from the vagina, and if it happens, they must quickly come to the clinic because it can be a danger sign.
Getting into our next story, a second group of 13 Angolan giraffes has been successfully relocated to Iona National Park in Angola, this time from Namibia. This is part of an ongoing conservation initiative to restore and enrich the park's biodiversity. Last year, Angolan giraffes were returned to their historical home after an absence of more than a century, and the second translocation continues this conservation success story. When the Angolan giraffe returned to Iona National Park in Angola last year, this was only the start of a long-standing commitment to species conservation by the Giraffe Conservation Foundation, African Parks, and the government of Angola, who teamed up to bring back Angolan giraffes after a long absence. According to the Giraffe Conservation Foundation, the additional 13 giraffes made the long journey from central Namibia to Iona National Park in southwest Angola recently. Now, the move was sponsored by the Giraffe Conservation Foundation and African Parks. The safe arrival of these giraffes to their historic home range is another critical step in restoring Iona National Park's ecological equilibrium. Their successful release holds huge potential to positively influence the local tourism industry, said Augusto Archer de Sousa Mangueira, the governor of the Namibia province of Angola. He said that this in turn could generate jobs in tourism-related services, increase income for local communities, and raise awareness about the importance of preserving biodiversity. GCF said that after the giraffes' capture in Namibia, they traveled over 1,300 kilometers in a journey that lasted over 48 hours before their successful release on the 18th of May 2024. Getting into our next story, the Electoral Commission of Namibia has reached out to the Namibia Agricultural Union as a key stakeholder to notify their members about the upcoming electoral events and to ensure access for their officials to farms. The ECN said that it is currently preparing for the conduct of the general registration of voters set to take place between the 3rd of June and the 1st of August. Subsequently, the presidential and National Assembly elections are planned for the 27th of November 2024. It said that these activities are scheduled intermittently between March and 27 November. One of the key responsibilities of the Commission is to conduct civic and voter education ahead of both voter registration and elections. According to the ECN, the Voter and Civic Education campaign commenced on the 7th of March this year, and it involves the conduct of daily face-to-face information dissemination sessions with all communities nationwide, including those residing and working on commercial farms. It said that these endeavors aim to raise awareness among the electorate regarding the registration process and the prerequisites for registering and voting. In continuing our commitment to supervising, managing, and overseeing the execution of free, fair, credible, and impartial electoral processes, we are reaching out to the NAU to notify their members about these significant electoral events and to ensure access for our officials to these establishments. Now, the ECN added that all Namibia citizens 18 years and above are required to register as voters, irrespective of whether they have registered before or not. On the other side of the break, we'll be taking a look at our entertainment news. Do stay with Sunset News.
Introducing 061 Express, brought to you by Synergy in proud partnership with Windhoek Express. Here's your chance to make your voice heard to celebrate the businesses that make Windhoek exceptional. From your favorite coffee spot to the salon that always gets your style just right. It's time to shine a spotlight on the gems of our city. Over the next 8 weeks, it's your chance to vote for your favorites to recognize the best of the best. Nominations open on the 25th of April and close on the 5th of May. To nominate your favorite business, simply save this number, 085 785 6231, and WhatsApp hashtag 061 Express or scan the QR code below and follow the on-screen instructions. By nominating your favorites, you're not only supporting local businesses, but you also stand a chance to win your share of 50,000 Namibian dollars in cash. The voting process will be the same as the nominations process, using the Synergy chatbot and the hashtag 061 Express. Voting opens on June 5th and closes on June 23rd. Make sure to cast your votes for the best of the best. The winners will be announced on June 28th. 061 Express, celebrating the heartbeat of Windhoek. Get ready to make it.
Getting into our entertainment news, the Vinyls Music Cafe hosted its debut Vinyls Poetry Night featuring 7 dynamic poets and musical performances by Weya. The event, which explored themes of love and liberty, also showcased artwork by visual artist Edwina Besadenhout. The evening was a resounding success, celebrating the powerful intersection of poetry, music, and visual arts. Let's take a look.
Last night, the Vinyls Music Cafe hosted its debut Poetry Night, an evening where poetry, music, and visual art came together to explore the themes of love and liberty. 7 poets, Abidul, Pharaoh Akia, A.H. Does-It, Puppy Weebs, Bupe, Julio, and Jemima Ndebele graced the stage, captivating the audience with their powerful words. A musical intermission by Weya also added to the melodic touch and seamlessly blended with the poetry. Visual artist Edwina Besadenhout's artwork inspired the evening's themes and adorned the venue, creating a rich and immersive experience.
The gold is the rainbow, and the beauty is in the process and just letting things flow. My dear, you are more precious than gold. With magic within you waiting to unfold. And if heaven is the goal, then I'd suggest you look within. Because everything that wishes to ascend to heaven has already been.
We now take a look at our story of the day. Thousands have turned up at Onambonga village, where the 14th edition of the Omagongo Festival took place yesterday. Ondonga Traditional Authority is hosting this year's edition. President Nangolo Mbumba, Vice President Netumbo Ndandi Ndaitwa, and Prime Minister Sarah Kukongwela Amadila are among the key dignitaries at the event. Let's take a look.
The issue of drought has been mentioned already, and I'm glad it's not the first responsibility of me. It's not the first responsibility of the Vice President. That's the duty of the office, the big office of the Prime Minister. And I'm glad she is here. So before you write to me, please write to the Prime Minister. I want to assure you that we are serious, that the whole of SADC region has already declared that we have a drought situation, and we have declared an emergency, and we appeal to all our friends throughout the world, throughout Africa and throughout SADC, that we need some food, we need some help, we need some water. Those who can help us with money so that we can drill more boreholes, it will be most welcome. Then another thing I want to mention.
Yesterday was Africa Day, and Junior Mayor of Swakopmund, Barry Kawana, says that we cannot afford to leave anyone behind as we navigate the future in educating the African child. The Africa Day celebrations in Swakopmund were hosted under the theme Educate an African Fit for the 21st Century, building resilient education systems for increased access to inclusive, lifelong, quality, and relevant learning in Africa. Let's take a look.
Be aligned with the 21st century needs to equip learners with the knowledge, skills, and competencies required for success in this rapidly changing and evolving world. Education is a fundamental human right and a strategic investment in the continent's future, prosperity, and stability. As mentioned by Her Worship, there are high hopes for the new generation to drive the continent's future. The youth are the innovators, and they are able to take advantage of emerging technologies. Furthermore, education is a lifelong journey, not just a destination. And the beautiful thing about learning is that no one can take it the demands of the workforce evolve, so too must our approach to learning. We must create opportunities for the youth to continue to upskill and reskill throughout their lives, whether through formal education, vocational training, or online platforms. Inclusivity, quality, relevance, and lifelong learning. These are the cornerstones upon which we must build resilient education systems for the 21st century. We cannot afford to leave anyone behind. We affirm our commitment to the future of Africa, a future where every child has access to inclusive, lifelong, quality, and relevant learning. Together, let us build a resilient education system that will empower our continent to strive in the years to come. Thank you.
We now take a look at our economic news. Namibia is making significant strides in its oil and gas sector, with a legal overhaul underway to create a more attractive environment for international investors. This was the key takeaway from a presentation delivered by Shakwa Nyambe, managing partner of SNC Incorporated, at the recent Africa Energy Summit 2024 in London. Nyambe highlighted the government's review of the current petroleum legal framework aimed at fostering investment and growth within the sector. The review, according to Nyambe, encompasses the potential introduction of new regulations for exploration and production activities, alongside amendments to the fiscal terms governing petroleum exploration and production in Namibia. Let's take a look at our financial indicators. The Namibian dollar trades against the British pound at 23.41, against the euro at 19.97, against the US dollar at 18.41, 2 Namibian dollars and 54 cents gets you 1 Chinese yuan. On the commodities market, gold, platinum, and Brent crude oil went up, while copper went down. Brent crude oil trading at 0.82%, going for $82 and 34 cents per barrel. All right, that concludes our economic news. We now take a look at our international news. 6 newborns have died in a fire at a baby care hospital in India's capital, New Delhi, local authorities said earlier today. Television footage showed firefighters attempting to douse the fire, which broke out late Saturday night and engulfed the hospital in the eastern part of the city. The fire department told news agency ANI, in which Reuters owns minority stake, that 6 more children were rescued and taken to a different hospital, with 1 on a ventilator. The fire has since been brought under control. The owner of the baby hospital has fled, Delhi police said. The causes of the incident are being investigated, and whoever is responsible for this negligence will not be spared, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal said in a post on social media platform X. We now take a look at our weather predictions. Katima Mulilo can expect a minimum of 11 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 31 degrees Celsius, while Oshakati can expect sunny weather conditions with a minimum of 13 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 30 degrees Celsius. Rehoboth can expect partly cloudy conditions with a minimum of 11 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 26 degrees Celsius, while Hendes Bay can expect sunny weather conditions with a minimum of 18 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 34 degrees Celsius. Let's dive right into our sports news. Alina Armas and Tangeni Sakaria won the Vivo Energy City Marathon in 2 hours, 54 minutes, 26 seconds and 2 hours, 25 minutes and 18 seconds respectively, which took place in Windhoek yesterday. Lavinia Haitopi with 1 hour, 17 minutes and 57 seconds and Stephanus Kaundinge with 1 hour, 9 minutes and 37 seconds bagged gold in the 21.1 kilometer race. Daniel Poles in 27 minutes and 45 seconds and Shilongo Shivolomwene in 34 minutes and 41 seconds secured victories in the 10-kilometer discipline. The Walvis Bay Child and Family Center hosted its third annual Special Athletics in Walvis Bay. Lelwyn van Wyk shares more.
Hi, my name is Lelwyn van Wyk, and I'm the Deputy Chairperson of the Board of Sunshine. And this is actually our third Special Athletics that we are having, and this is the second time that Kupkowitz is sponsoring us. And with Auntie Mimi and the team, this is the second time they are helping us, and everything is going smooth. It's a great turnout for the athletes. The athletes is enjoying themselves. It's a good exposure as well for our athletes to gain confidence so they can reach for higher levels. We are so proud of each and every sponsorship that we get, and each and every public members that is involved to helping to. So we want to thank each and every party that is involved to help us to make this special day possible. Our weather is good, the athletes is full of enthusiasm. They have been practicing for a long time, and they are actually doing very good. We need to hydrate a little bit because our weather is a little bit hot, but that does not stop us. So from our side, from Sunshine, we want to thank everybody for the hulle ondersteuning wat hulle vir ons gee. So thank you everybody, and next year we will do it even bigger and even better. Go Sunshine.
Moving over to some indoor hockey news. It was a nail-biting game between the two strongest teams in Africa at the Indoor Africa Cup, which took place in Swakopmund, with the score ending Namibia 1 against South Africa 1. This means Namibia qualified for the final and for the Hockey World Cup, which is hosted by Croatia in 2025. Shane Cormack, Namibia's women coach, shares more.
Captain of the Namibians, Gillian Hermanis. Jill, you have qualified for the Indoor World Cup. How does it feel?
It is wonderful. I'm so excited. The team has been working so hard for this. Even though there's two spots, it was a good fight now, and we just proved that we are level with South Africa. So we're just super happy super happy.
First goal for the tournament was qualify for the World Cup.
Yep.
How important is that final score?
Pride and passion there. That's what it's for. We definitely want to retain the title, so we're going to keep fighting for that.
Well, good luck to you and the team. We look forward to the final on Sunday.
Thank you.
By Shane, the head coach of the Namibian women's team. Shane, like you said, we have qualified for the World Cup next year in Croatia. Just tell us the excitement around that and another chance to represent at an international level.
Yes, we're very excited. We set out, that was our objective from September. You know, we said this is the one we wanted. So yeah, we're very happy that we've qualified. It's nice to be able to go into a final and be able to try a few things and really go out and enjoy the final. And good luck to South Africa and Zimbabwe today. May the best team win today and join us, and let's do it for Africa and Croatia.
Okay, well, looking at the games that we did have, we still do have an Indoor Africa Cup final to play. And we did play South Africa already, drawing 1-1. Looking into the finals that we still do have to play, what are your thoughts on that?
Look, it was a good game yesterday. I think a bit of Jekyll and Hyde. You know, the goalies were amazing. Both South Africa and our goalie was amazing. Came down to us putting away our short corners or them putting away their short corners. So we're obviously going to do a little bit of homework today. Try and make it an interesting one for the crowd tomorrow and really make it a great game for Africa hockey.
Okay, speaking of the crowd, before I do let you leave, like we said, we qualified for the World Cup next year. For the viewers and for the spectators that have been watching from home, what do you have to say to them?
Well, last night it was just incredible, the atmosphere when the boys were down and they started coming back. Just their first goal, it was just insane how this crowd erupted, and it just, you know, we felt so proud to be Namibian, and this crowd just got behind us and got behind the boys. So we're hoping for the same tomorrow. We're hoping to put on the same display and just, you know, see this crowd erupting. You just want to play and do it for them. It's just awesome to have them here.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Brian.
And with that, we've come to the end of the broadcast. Thank you for joining Sunset News on this beautiful Sunday evening. From me, Glenora Shipura. Until next time.